What is good, everybody? So today I wanted to make this video because earlier this morning on our live session, we had a student ask what was my analysis and prediction on where I believe Bitcoin and the majority of all cryptocurrencies will be headed. And I gave him my true answer, but I want to get in detail. I want to break it down as far as technical analysis is concerned, even from our previous video, which if you haven't checked it out, the link is in the description below, where I'm explaining previous analysis and showing us where we could find the best trading opportunities and the best investment ranges. And if we go ahead and we look at the new analysis, it's following our previous analysis from weeks ago almost perfectly. So what that's telling us is that what our prediction, our analysis, our thought process on this so far is correct. So we're going to break this down as a total, as a full trade, or a full breakdown of a market, just so that we have an idea of what could happen next in this market. So the first thing I'm always going to do is make sure that I'm on a higher time frame. And with Bitcoin, anything like this, especially when you're looking for investments, not really day trading, you're trying to find the best ranges. And these higher time frames is going to show you exactly what you would need in order to find those best investment ranges. So if we go ahead and we take a look at historically what Bitcoin is in fact, or has done. We've already known since the very beginning we had these sharp surges to the upside, but historically we were able to even break above these previous highs earlier this year. Now, a small break didn't really have a good or continued momentum to the upside, and that's absolutely fine. That's giving us new traders, or any new traders rather, or us traders in general, an opportunity to invest into a better price point. And that's exactly what we're looking at here. So if we go ahead, we're just going to label this as our strong level of current resistance. The beautiful thing about Bitcoin, or all cryptos for the most part, is they are following price. They're following price action extremely well. So we're just going to say strong resistance. Keeping it as simple as possible. We're not going to overcomplicate any of our trading. We want to make sure that what we look at is as relevant as possible, simple to identify, and easy for us to look for a potential trade. So let me just make that a little bit smaller. So since we are at this level of strong resistance, we can see that the market was respecting this price point pretty significantly. How can we determine that? Since we have respected this price point, we can see that this also started creating lower highs as I draw these out right there. If you guys can see those. So me seeing those lower highs is telling me one thing. And we're also getting on the opposite end lower lows. So we're already at a strong level of structure. We're starting to see rejection from this range based off the lower highs and lower lows, right? If we just draw these out. So we're also getting that lower low aspect. Now, it doesn't necessarily mean that we're going to have a full-fledged reversal, but what it can mean is that we may be able to find this crash down a little bit lower for a better opportunity. What we're also looking at, and this is in the previous video as well, we can see that we ended up trading in this nice descending channel. So this descending channel, as very self-explanatory, descending, it is pushing lower, it is selling off, and you can see that is trading within this channel. Just a very easy concept of trend lines on both the top and the bottom. So me seeing this is telling me that, or one of two things, we are either going to continue to trade within this area, right? We can see that we already respected the trend line low, but we can also see that we are creating or respecting this level of current support of structure. So with this being here, we're going to put this strong level of support. And this is important that we identify this, especially on the higher time frame, because when you're on these higher time frames, what you're going to start finding are PRZs. What that means is a potential reversal zone. So either way, if that level of resistance is going to continue to be respected, that is a strong PRZ, potential reversal zone. And the same thing here, strong level of support. If this support is held alongside the bearish end of this channel wall, we can see at least a bullish move from here, back up to the trend line highs, or even to the actual structural high. But this is where it gets interesting, right? Even though we do have this current analysis, at least for the current standpoint of this market, and we'll scale down to a smaller time frame here in a second so we could really see the smaller time frame work as well. We are respecting this level with a triple bottom. This is important. So far, right? So with this triple bottom, that can also bring in and start to show us that buyers may be wanting to come into this market. Now, on the contrary, if this level of structure is not just broken, meaning that the support the market pushes lower, and that trend line or the channel wall is then broken to the downside here, we are now going to have strong confirmations that Bitcoin is no longer bullish and sellers are going to be stepping in, which is great because now if we have that confirmation, if sellers want to step in, we can now identify key areas of the structure where this market may have the best investment ranges. So I'm only going to identify the most relevant price points. I'm not going to care about every single point or looking at this as a day trader's aspect. I'm looking at this as when the market, or if the market does in fact reach these lows, we can identify potential investments, right? So we can go into our crypto wallets, go invest 50, 100, how much ever you can afford, just so that way you could get a nice ROI on the push back up. My honest opinion, cryptos are here to stay. They're not going anywhere. And within the, I mean, it's already been extremely valuable since the past, almost 20 years, 15 years at this point. But this is still very much just the beginning. So with these areas, as you can see here, the reason why I'm leveling this as, or making this as a level of structure, you can see this was support, a little bit of resistance that was broken to the upside, retested again, structure here, and we can even see here the level of respect that we have. So anytime I see the market respecting a price point, that price could be used as a gravitational pull for this market, meaning that if this structure, if we go ahead and bring the actual price back, meaning that if this structure here is broken to the downside, that trend line here is broken to the downside, without a doubt, this is going to reach back here because it is the most familiar area that this market knows as far as the most recent, right? And if that's broken, that's even better because, and I know this is, a lot of individuals say it'll never get that low. What we're seeing right now is, yes, a strong bullish market, but at the end of the day, there's no volatility to the upside. So what happens if it does come down lower? We're reaching down here, at least to the $18,000 to $20,000 handle, this price here, just this entire area. Again, just identifying important, relevant areas. As you see here, this was support, and if we look back over here, this is the resistance when this market first started surging, or at least when it started surging, that's the price it respected before it had a complete meltdown. So of course, I'm going to identify this as another investment range, right? If it has bought from there before, it can buy from there again. So just getting a strong reference point on that. I know this may seem like a lot, but it's going to make sense, right? All we're doing is mapping out the prediction of where this market may end up going. And as it continues, I'm going to keep updating so that way we know the actual movement and we know everything that's needed in order for us to get the best investment. So again, we have to wait as far as confirmations are concerned on where this market may end up going. But when we scale down to smaller time frames, we kind of see a little bit more, right? I'm actually going to get rid of the entire markup. We're starting to see a little bit more. Now we're on the daily time frame. So when you're on one time frame, let's say the weekly, you must now use the corresponding time frame to make sure that you're getting the same exact reading. This is called time frame confluence. This is where if one time frame is telling you a sell and or buy, the other time frames must tell you the same thing. And as you scale down to these smaller time frames, you can use more detailed work to find your entries or investment ranges in this case. Now, the one thing I'm always identifying are patterns. I want to see if the market is leaving any type of clues behind. And we kind of see one here. Actually, not even kind of, we see a beautiful little pattern here. So important, much so that TradingView has its own tool. This is what you would consider a head and shoulders pattern. Now with the head and shoulders pattern, I'll just draw it out here. For the most part, you're going to get something like this. It's going to be at structure, at least the head of the pattern. Then you're going to get this little pattern here, this little head and shoulders. Once you break the neckline of that pattern, you're looking for a continuation to the downside, or in this case, when you have a head and shoulders pattern, especially at a level of structure like this, that would be considered a reversal pattern. So we actually have exactly that. Not only did we break below that level of structure, we were able to now come back and retest that point. So the weekly, having that PRZ zone, that level of resistance, showing us that the market has not broken from there before, and when it has reached that point, it has sold off. Now, when we scale down to the daily time frame, we're still seeing those lower lows and those lower highs. We're still seeing that selling pressure. And when we scale down now, even at least to the current market price on the daily, we have this reversal pattern, or this nice little structure also being retested here. So we are retesting the neckline of this head and shoulders pattern. That right there is telling me that buyers are no longer welcome in the market. And I do believe, at least from now, and maybe for a few days, maybe however long, we should start to see crypto, or Bitcoin rather, to be more specific, push lower from where we currently are. So if you are in any investments, or if you are looking to invest into Bitcoin or any form of crypto, I would say wait. I would say hold off on that because we are not getting any type of bullish readings. Yes, of course, we came back to this level of structure, that support, that's okay. It's already giving us the prerequisites of showing us that sellers will be taking over because of this break, retest, and we now have this, we can add this Fibonacci retracement ratio as well. Anytime you want, or anytime you're looking to trade, you must use these forms of confluences: structure, trend lines, candlestick patterns, Fibonacci retracements, and extensions as well. In this case, we have that 38.2 mixed with the retest of the neckline and retest of structure. And also, we're already in a bearish market. So again, we should be looking for this market to continue much lower. So if you are in any type of crypto investments, if you are looking to put any money into them as of yet, I would say, again, just hold off. Make sure you're placing your trades at the right points. Again, just so that way we can go over that and show you. The first area of structure where I believe buys should be taken, or at least be looking to invest, is at this price point, at least between the $43,000 handle and the $45,000 handle. From this price, that should be the first initial idea for buys. If that is then broken, we look lower. We identify more structure, right? This was a level of previous support, and then it ended up being resistance. So I want to identify this as a level of structure. And if we go even lower, I know I didn't mark this one up at first, but I just want to make sure that we're identifying everything. And then obviously our third level for our investments. So I know that seemed like a lot, but this is just breaking this chart down as a whole in a technical analysis manner. So that way everybody has a strong idea of what this market may end up doing. Now, as I scale out, there's really not much else I want to add to this. I'm not looking to day trade. I'm not looking to place, 10 trades a week on this. I'm just trying to figure out the movement. And I think we have the movement down packed. So again, with this level of current resistance being respected, with us respecting the idea of this descending channel, just marking that up real quick for you guys so that way everybody sees it. So with that idea, with the descending channel, I'll actually just do it here on the daily, see if we make it a little bit more cleaner. That's giving us a strong idea for continued sells. With the reversal pattern, the head and shoulders pattern, and also being currently respected, again, still not showing us any type of bullish pressure. So I would say, again, hold off, allow the market to push down much lower. And if it does, I'll keep everybody updated. I'll let you guys know every step that I'm taking as far as investing into the crypto market is concerned. So that way, if I do believe that this is going to be, or the market is at a great place, we can go ahead and invest, make a nice little chunk of change, a nice ROI, and find the next potential move. But that is my breakdown here on Bitcoin. Sorry if that was too much. Sorry if that was a little confusing at first. If you are confused, feel free to hit me up at any point. I do want to make sure that I can answer any and all questions that you guys may have. You can join our free community, our Discord. The link is in the description below as well. I also have all of my ways of contacting me as well if you do have any further questions. Also, please, if you can, I do want to grow this channel organically through just value, transparency, and profits. So if you could leave a like, comment, and share this with somebody, that'll be absolutely amazing. Every video has a chance of winning a prize, whether it's $50, $100, email or Venmo, Cash App, a free month on our auto trader, a free month of our entire platform where we're also doing live sessions every day, signals, and our auto trader as well. So it really depends on how well that video does and what that prize will be. So like, comment, share. If you want to win the contest, by all means, I'm always going to look at everything for you guys to make sure the right person wins. I know with trading, I know Forex, I know this community can be a little bit crazy, but I want to try to at least be the light at the end of the tunnel for everybody and give everybody a nice little home, a nice community for everybody to profit, have their questions answered, and really flourish and really profit. So again, thank you for watching the video. If you have any questions, feel free to hit me up, and I always got you.